When the Pope says that this is what our culture does, eradicating babies with Down syndrome because they have Down syndrome, when he compares that to Nazi eugenics, is he wrong?
Okay. To follow on your second question, conservatives do the same thing. They don't like the Pope when he says things that can be seen as liberal.
Right. I mean, I'm a Catholic and I don't like what he says sometimes. Right? That's fine. But right. I'm asking, is he wrong about this? Very simple.
We're seeing that on both sides. Yes, he's wrong. Yes, he's wrong.
How?
And I'll tell you why. Because Nazi eugenics program, as you know, was the state, the government, tearing families apart, taking children against the will of their parents and killing them. It was also taking adults and the state taking adults and killing them. In some cases because they were homosexual, in some cases because they had deformities, in some cases because they disagreed with the government. So whatever you want to say about abortion in the cases that the Pope is talking about, and there are serious moral questions about it. No, it's not the same as Nazism, because Nazism was when the state took those children and murdered them.
Okay, well,
that's very different. It also sterilized adults as well. So there's a big difference there.
Well, the difference that you're talking about is simply who the perpetrators are. The difference is not in the definition of eugenics. The definition of eugenics is eradicating a certain population based off of their quote-unquote undesirable qualities, and I don't see how that makes any material difference here. I mean, whether or not the state does it, and you're right, I mean, technically that is a difference. I don't think that that speaks to the moral question here, which is, of course, what we're talking about. There is no difference between morally eradicating someone for a defect or a deformity that we as a society have labeled to be undesirable. I mean, are the lives of disabled people somehow less valuable or less worth living? Do we have a right to say, okay, it's okay and moral for me to kill you because you have a characteristic, an immutable characteristic that we don't like?
We as a society are not making those decisions about it. Individual families and individual women and their doctors are making those decisions. I don't want to be put in that position, but I also don't want the government in the face of those women who are faced with that incredibly difficult decision. If, as you argue, and I respect your opinion that you think all abortions are wrong, then this kind of abortion is no more or less wrong than any other kind of abortion, and I would respect that opinion. So I would argue that this is a case where you're trying to create a situation that is impossible to solve.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.